Hey everyone, it's Libby from Maighstir Tarot. I'd like to acknowledge the Worimi First Nations people, the traditional custodians of the land on which these videos are made, and welcome to you, your guides, my guides, and the universal energies. Yeah, a little bit of a delay between videos today. I was waiting for my daughter to go to work, and of course my husband then decides to come home early, but he's gone off on a bike ride, so fingers crossed he'll be a little while, and if necessary I will pause and we're going with the flow at the dining table. Looking forward to my new office. Okay, what do I want to have a quick look at? Talking to my daughter-in-law in regards to the orb with her with the grandchild, and she said, "Oh yes, I've seen quite a few of those on the camera," and yeah, it was really exciting. So, yep, these being surrounded by ancestors, which is really, really lovely. Okay, I've put a couple of posts in my post section. Go to Maighstir Tarot under any video. Click on that. It'll take you to the main page. Click on posts and you'll see some posts of some photographs that have been coming out over the last 2 days of the orange twerp, one of them looking really not well, being accompanied by what appears to be a nurse of some sort, medical staff of some sort, and the other one was, well, I mean, yeah, pretty sure it was probably a body double. Either that or the orange twerp had major brain surgery, sprung back a day later, and got stung by 1,000 bees. So yeah, love to hear your opinions under those images. Okay, entertainment only. What I want to have a look at in this particular reading is I want to have a look at the Shanghai Cooperation Organization Summit that occurred just over the last few days. Those that attended: China, Belarus, India, Iran, Kyrgyzstan, Pakistan, Russia, Uzbekistan, Mongolia, Nepal, Turkey, Indonesia, Laos, Malaysia, Vietnam, Turkestan, and Armenia attended. Now, interestingly, also there's a lot of information coming out from the European, Ukraine, Russia part of the world. Apparently, Ursula von der Leyen's plane, the GPS was jammed as she was flying to Bulgaria. Now, Bulgaria, I believe, now I apologize if my geography is a little bit off, but borders both Belarus and Russia. One of my beautiful viewers brought that to my attention, and they were asking if Russian was jammed, and I got the real feeling no, it was actually Belarus. Oh, there's a spotty dog in the background there. There's a spotty dog in the background there having a bit of a snooze. Okay, coming up for a hello mum and a snooze. So what's basically happening is that China, the three main players, the biggest populations, China, India, and allegedly Russia, basically have come out with a statement saying democratization, that's a big word, democratization of international relationships and enhanced representative of developing countries. We must stand against power politics. So having a real dig at the orange twerp and his power policies actions. So I just want to have a bit of a look. What is happening is there is a new world order. I had a look at the Putin figure that attended. He looked very much like, when I had a second look. I had a first look and went, oh no, it doesn't quite, but then I went and had a second look, and the Putin figure that attended looks very much like the one that went to Alaska. He has a very boyish look about him. Now, Putin apparently is well into his 70s. This, I'm just going to say double. I keep picking up doubles that you can tell by the ears, you can tell by the jawline. There's the spacing of the eyes. There's a lot that's off. Speaking of eyes, yes, the eyes are still going. he looked like the one that attended Alaska. Has a very boyish look about him. The jaw isn't quite right. It's more angular than square. And I'm just going to put it out there. I don't think it was Putin. I haven't been able to pick Putin up for about 18 months. Okay, but let's have a look. We're looking at which cards do I want to use. I'm going to use my mystical manga cards, M-A-N-G-A. A few people ask, why do I keep spelling manga? Well, it's not, unless you're into the manga fraternity or orbit, you don't know what manga really is. And that is Japanese cartoon type figures, drawings. Okay, so I'm going to have a look. We are looking at New World Order, Europe. It's moving to both Europe, but it's also okay, thank you. Getting that it's moving to Europe for the old style world order, but also moving to India and China as the new style world order. So just let me have a look. I'm not feeling, anything ghastly about it. I just feel that it's just a shift in the in world politics. I'm not feeling that it's nefarious or antagonistic or anything like that. It's just a shift away from the United States. Okay, come on down, let's have a look. What do we need to know? And yeah, don't get distracted by some cute puppy paws there. What do we need to know about this Shanghai Cooperation Organization Summit? Page of Wands, new messaging coming forward. Fiery, but not really. Again, it's not in your face fiery. It's not. It's just new messaging that's coming out. Now, both India and China are very much focused on renewable energy and new technology. Yes, I do know that China still, uses more fossil fuels than any other country, but they have a massive population. And same with India, that is shifting upwardly mobile. And both countries are installing renewable energy production at a vastly outstripping the entire Western organizer countries, etc. But yeah, interestingly enough, it was both India and Pakistan were there. Vietnam, Laos, Malaysia, Indonesia. Indonesia's having issues at the moment. Nepal, Turkey. These aren't necessarily historically friendly countries with each other, but they were all there bringing about new agreements, new arrangements, and the US was very obviously not invited. Okay. Looking at the world differently. Absolutely. Second signifier is the Hanged Man, changing the way they view the world. Everything's been turned upside down and topsy-turvy, and they are taking time out to consider the new way of looking things. Feel, up in this upside down world, looking at it from a different viewpoint. Okay, the energy that they're stewing in is, behind the scenes, there were money deals done. I don't think we're going to hear any announcements, but I think there was, working together to make trade deals and to, I'm just going to say trade deals. That's what I'm getting, working together for trade deals behind the scenes. In the past, we've got the King of Swords. This is about a new strategy being presented. Swords can be about, harsh truths, brutal reality, etc. Kings are external action. Queens are internal, so this is about doing work internally. Kings are about doing work externally. Absolutely, it's about new strategies, new truths. In the past, crowning this reading, again, we've got the international trade, juggling, trying to work out just a new way in these uncertain times. Look at these two ships on these uncertain waters here. Just crossroads, new paths. I just feel, and it's the figure 8, so the infinite ongoing money discussions about international trade in these uncertain times. I can't put it any clearer than that. Knight of Cups, offers being made, offers being made, and then we've got externally. So this is going forward, offers made, offers being presented externally, thigh deep in the swamp, arms crossed in a protective nature, with the darkness that is descending upon world trade. They're having to make a decision. They're having to open their eyes and look at new options is basically what I'm getting there. 2 2s, crossroads moments. Internally, sorry. It's my Russia card, but it's also the birth of something significantly new, a new beginning, abundance for all. It's about nurturing for all. It can be about there being enough for everybody. It's all about, it is purely trade. I'm not getting any warmongering or anything here. The hopes and fears in a new start, and notice how she's holding this one wand out the front, which is about the new beginning. The 10 of Wands, it is about an ending of a cycle that has just become too unwieldy and too chaotic, and a new beginning, a new messaging, new beginning, new plan, new way of doing things. The outcomes strengthen the alliances that are made. Queen of Cups, they're not going to reveal everything, but the King of Wands, action then being taken. And here we have with the Six of Swords, again, I'm just going to say the truth of international trade. We've got the Queen of Swords, internal strategies that need to be worked out, and then the Ace of Swords. So they might come out with some sort of strategy, and then we've got partnerships. Yeah, it's all about new partnerships, new strategies, because the wheel is turning. We are entering a new era where there is a shift away from US-centric manifestation, creating new opportunities here with the Magician and the Page of Cups. Might take some by surprise, but it is going to really shine a light on the shift and the new era with the 10 of coins there. Okay, the Emperor is restricted. You've then got the infighting. You've got the Page of Coins, perhaps messaging about the Orange Twerp's health coming out. I would have to agree. I watched or listened to Susan Lynn and Denise Knight this morning. They both also are picking up incapacitated, and it's a nightmare situation. It's going to all come out, and we've got a Tower moment. So yeah, I'm just going to say this is all part of the shift. Okay, I'm just going to pause you for a moment. Hang on a sec. Okay, back again. Husband came home from his bike ride. He's now taken the furs for a walk. So, and yet we are at this new beginning, a new start. Taking the furs for a walk. So it's just me, and goodness knows where the cat is. So just me home if you hear my guides. Okay, what I want to have a look at is, first of all, I've changed deck. I've moved to the Golden Universal Tarot. This is the deck with all the monies in it. So let's have a look. How is this going to affect? I'm going to ask the US. Basically, interestingly enough, is that, I mean, there was what was called the Quad Alliance. India, Japan, Australia, and the US. I think that's fallen by the wayside. Feels very much like AUKUS is falling by the wayside. All these alliances, all the trade deals have been torn up. I just want to have a look to see how this new allegiance is the word I'm getting. This new allegiance is going to affect the US, and then I'm going to have a look in regards to Russia, because interestingly enough, oh goodness me, trying to work out what side of the fence the regime's on in regards to Ukraine and Russia. It's like watching a international Grand Slam tennis rally. Boink, 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 as they one side to the other. Oh my goodness. So the latest is that apparently the US has declared that it's going to sell the long-range missiles through, I think, was it Belgium, to then be forwarded on to Ukraine. The US is trying to talk the EU into putting a private mercenary army into Ukraine. Yeah, this is allegiances are changing literally overnight, and not sure who's making these decisions behind the scenes. It feels like there's a real power struggle going on in the US at the moment, and it's just shifting depending on who made the latest phone call, which is then catching the other power struggle side off guard, and then another phone call's made. It's just, as I said, doink, 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 doink. Okay, let's have a look. How is this new allegiances, these new alliances going to affect the US? Going to affect the US. First of all, huge yes card. Yes, it is going to affect the US. And yes, it is. What this is saying is this is confirming for me that yes, I am correct in that it's basically one side will make a phone call and make some sort of declaration that'll catch the other side unawares, and they'll make a phone call and something else will be retracted. And I'm going to say, yes, there is a power struggle. There is a power struggle going on within the US, within the factions at the moment within the US. So I'll just put those back and just show me how is these new allegiances. I've got a card flipped over there, which is the new allegiances, the new agreements. I'll put that one down just as the first card. Let's have a look. How are these new alliances? No, they're saying allegiances, not even, it's alliances, but they're saying allegiances is my guide. Guides are saying, how are they going to affect US trade? Come on down. Just looking out the window, spring has sprung early. My grapevine has started to put its leaves out. So yeah, these new agreements that are taking place, how are they going to affect the US? Well, the US is going to find itself on the defensive, caught on the hop is what I'm getting there, with the blindfold on. Caught on the hop with the blindfold on. The arms aren't even crossed in this particular deck. It's literally holding the two swords. So, it's time to take the blindfold off. Stop believing the self-spun mythology rhetoric about being the best and the indispensable and all the rest of it, and making some decisions about strategy going forward. Oh, but I'm just getting behind the scenes. There's just this fighting that's going on, and it just depends who made the last phone call to whom. Okay, so let's keep going. In the past, happy families, all good, all well, everything running smoothly, but that's in the past. It's over and done with it. End of cycle stuff. Crowning this reading, an offer being made, or it could be false friend offer. I just think everything's just pouring over the waterfall here. I think past offers, because neither figure's looking towards us. They're both looking at the waterfall, and I think it's all gone over the waterfall. Everything that was in place, it's gone over the waterfall. Yep, cornered, back up against the wall, left holding one stick but bruised and battered, nowhere to go. Okay. Externally. Okay. I was going to say underhanded trade agreements, but I'm more thinking this is the States. This is the States making trade agreements, not the US as a whole. that do not, I'm just going to say don't include the federal level. And I know California, I think, is already doing that, as there is this juggling again, this juggling of upside down trade and the new world order type thing, trying to find some balance, trying to find something that works, hopes and fears, the gift from the past, going back to past agreements, past arrangements, perhaps hopes and fears, the outcome. A lot of hard work's going to be needed over and over again. There may even be some legal action that's been taken against those that chain themselves to the devil. I mean, or this devil energy. The devil will have its due legal action, remembering that the tariffs have been overturned, but you've got the devil, you've got the loss, heartbreak, despair, treason of the fading orange emperor, etc. The temperance card, balance and moderation, something not yet been revealed. We've got abundance for all. Could be Russia, information coming out about connections with Russia, and then you've got that 10 of swords, 10 of wands again, walking away, and then new opportunities for trade once somebody is gone, once it's all gone, once the regime is gone, but not until. So this is almost like trying to keep head above water until such time and actual negotiators and diplomats come back into the picture. Everything is out in the open, revealed. There's my military card, secrets being revealed card, and the wheel turning. Oh boy, reduced trade. Going to have to look at how to do trade differently. Some huge announcements coming out. We've got the abuse of power. We've got the not liking what's on offer, the nightmare situation, restriction. This is very much a symptom of the rest of the world just getting on with it without the United States. And I do see what's going to happen is states themselves are going to enter agreements like California. Sadly, a lot of states that are incredibly poor, like Mississippi and Arkansas, first of all, they don't have the leadership to do this, but they don't have necessarily the goods. I know the farming ones perhaps might be able to do some sort of direct agreement, but okay. Now, given this, show me about this new India-China world order. I know Russia's sort of hanging off the side there. It almost feels like the Russian side is included because of, okay, the word I got was obligation. Why am I getting Russia as being included as obligation? Just a couple of cards. Because, I mean, Russia's desperately trying to hang on to its economy. They've already put in restrictions as to how much can be drawn out of the bank, etc. But it feels like, oh, Russian oil, thank you. That's why it's been included. Oil, new strategy, new beginning. I was going to say announcement about Ukraine, possibly, or this is just simply, I'm just going to say using Russia in a minor role. Harsh truth, infighting, an announcement coming out of the White House. I'm also going to say that Russia, the Kremlin, has no more F's to give about the regime because they have been betrayed. by the regime, and they want nothing more than just chaos. Nothing more than chaos, sacrifice and chaos. Okay. So Russia is there because of the oil that both China and India want. But how's this going to play out for Russia? How's this going to play out for Russia? What's going to happen in Russia with this new world order? Right. Them's with money giving them's with that don't have money. So basically, India and China are prepared to pay Russia for their oil. Challenged by the deals done behind the scenes, but you've got India and China here dictating the terms to Russia. It's all about the money. Going through the motions, rinse, repeat with the money. Here we've got the infighting there, a new truth being revealed. This could be the war. So a new announcement coming out. The Star of Hope and Healing. The world, something coming to an end. Externally, internally, the Two of Swords again, a decision that needs to be made, but we've got the ending, the Ten of Swords here. Not everything's going to be revealed about this new path forward, but they are looking at the world from a different point of view and how to harvest. And then we've got the Ten of Cups, the happy families. What was that under there? That was the 6. So we've got 3 ending cards here in the outcome, and then coming together in celebration with this new, trying to balance this new. I go on the bottom, an inflammatory announcement being made that's going to entrap justice, but then 2 new beginning cards. New opportunity and to cleanse. Okay, can I just... This is going to take me a little bit off track. Is there, because that 5 of Wands was in the past, I'm just feeling there's a really big shift that it's like, how do we bring it about? And there's the Ace of Swords as well, new beginnings. Endings and dictating the terms. Is India and China going to dictate to Russia that it has to end the conflict with Ukraine? I'm feeling that part of this negotiation was you need to end it. One way or the other, you need to end it. Show me. Was this China and India? Right? The attempted steal, the false victory, and the new beginning. Declaring victory, but nobody's celebrating, and then a new beginning. Out in the cold, if you can hear that, there's a dog barking, and then new beginnings, new opportunities cast out, and new opportunities. And then we've got the Emperor, and we've got that working behind the scenes, trying to juggle the trade. I'm going to say, look, 3 2s, new beginnings. I think there's going to be a tussle on. I think part of this agreement was basically because new beginning, new emperor, new leader. But there's some sort of declaration of victory here. a foolish declaration of, or okay, a foolish attempt at victory to steal. Okay. Show me Russia, Ukraine. Show me Russia, Ukraine. Show me Russia, Ukraine. Show me Russia, Ukraine. What's going to happen between Russia and Ukraine? Because I'm feeling like there's some sort of, remembering that both Belarus and Russia were represented at this meeting. Was Belarus there? Let me check. Nepal, Turkey, Indonesia, Malaysia, China, Belarus. Yes, Belarus was there. Show me. Did India and China give some sort of end the war in Ukraine declaration to Russia? Because to try and do a deal with a country that is failing so badly, yeah, bring it to an end. I'm going to say they were told, end it. Yep, they were told, end it with that Queen of Swords. Because Russia's just got no money. If you want the money, you need to end this. And going through them, doing things the same way, expecting a different result is not going to work. In the past, we had the failing contract agreement, walking away. Russia might pull out, might end it. On the defensive, being forced on the back foot in the defensive in the immediate future, an offer of peace being made. We've got here the higher authorities, the governments, something unexpected out of left field with that Page of Cups, Queen of Wands, which is about nurturing, protecting, temperance, balance, and being forced to retreat with that Four of Swords. Then we've got the Hermit, to be able to come out of isolation and find a path forward. New beginnings, secrets being revealed, negotiations underway. Fool, Ace of Cups, Moon card, and the King of Cups, the negotiator. I think they've been told to end it. Is there a power struggle going on in the Kremlin at the moment? Is there a power struggle going on in the Kremlin at the moment about, because I imagine there's some that want it ended and some that don't, some that want to take over Crimea. Dmitry wants to absolutely flatten, not Crimea, Ukraine. Show me. Is there a power struggle going on in the Kremlin at the moment? Well, there's the orange twerp. Just at the end, out in the cold, outnumbered, cast out. Big announcement, I think, when the orange twerp is announced. Ace of Swords, so Ace of Wands, Ace of Swords in the past. So the energy they're stewing in is this new plan, this new beginning. The Ace of Swords can be the battleness, the battle ready, but it's also a truth coming out. And we've got the Emperor, new Emperor coming forward. Moving on, packing up the truth and moving forward. We've got, yes, the infighting externally in the Kremlin. Internally, you've got the loss. This is about accepting the loss. Hopes and fears is the Hermit, finding a new path forward. Yeah, and there's et tu Brutus, and then something new being offered with that Page of Pentacles. Et tu brute. And then the Queen of Swords, internal strategy, recompense, and bringing this to an end. I'm going to say yes, an offer of peace, unexpected out of left field, and trying to work out how to make it happen. I'm going to say yes, but what I feel is that a new leader very soon, basically as soon as the announcement that the arranged twerp is gone, there's new leadership, Tower moment, new leadership in the Kremlin. I suspect there's an internal battle going on in the Kremlin too. Yeah, death, and then the Queen of Pentacles, new opportunities being presented to heal. I'm going to say yes, there is. How is this new allegiance order going to go with the EU? How is the new allegiance? How's the EU going to go? The EU allegiance going to go? Now, I know that China, the history of China is thousands and thousands and thousands of years old. But they've been struggling to find their way they've gone from imperialism to communism, and they're struggling to find their way to democracy. They're sort of a capitalist communist country, which doesn't make sense. How's the EU going to go with this new? How's it going to affect the EU? You want that one, and you want that one. Okay, let's have a look. Right, something new, big announcement coming out. Might catch them just having to negotiate with something unexpected. Big stick, new announcement. Again, this out in the cold cards, happening a lot. Locked out, choosing not to enter. Let's see where this goes in the past. Walking away. The EU may have been invited and chosen not to go. Let's see how we go. Happen. Again, 2 5s. So this is a conflict, a challenge that needs to be overcome. You've got the Queen of Cups looking at what is in the cup, has to offer, and then the King of Cups, negotiator. Internally, so you've got the negotiator, so the immediate future, externally, internally, looking at all the options that are available, financially, having to look at things differently with the Hanged Man. It's a nightmare situation for the EU, but it's also a new start. Walking away from the abusive relationships, the betrayal, a lot of messaging coming out about attempted steal. I'm going to say election stealing, new partnerships, new alliances being formed. Yeah, okay. Yeah, I'm just going to say Europe's going to turn towards this to do trade with this new block instead of the old block. Please don't forget us down at the bottom of the earth. Please don't forget us. Entertainment only. I might just quickly, a couple of cards. How's this going to affect Australia? I mean, our biggest trading partner is China. US is up there as a trading partner, but our biggest is China. Let's have a look. Even Indonesia, straight to the north of us. I mean, we've got, 38 million people. Indonesia has about 150 million. we're only small fry down this part of the world. How's this going to the shift? How's this? There's going to be two blocks, the EU and China, but I'm not feeling it's like aggressive or anything. It feels like the elder statesman being the EU and the brash teenager that is the this Asian and Russian block. Let's have a look. Okay. I'm getting that the EU's just they're going to get irritated on occasion, as all parents do or all elders do, in regards to teenagers. Oh, those young whippersnappers getting up to trouble, sort of thing. Yeah, there will be irritation. Let me put it that way. Teething pains. Okay, come on down. How's this going to affect Australia? Oh, new opportunities. New opportunities for abundance and growth. But we do have to make choices, and they won't be easy choices. There are choices that will need to be made. Overseas trade, action, but it's all going to turn out fine with the Sun card. It's all going to be fine. Yeah, it's going to be okay. It's going to be okay for Australia. Okay. See how it plays. Love to you all. Take care.